Welcome to our Middle East Briefing program. Today, we dive into the alarming rise of polio cases in Pakistan, where over 1 million children missed their vaccinations last month. Despite the challenges posed by misinformation and distrust in healthcare, authorities are gearing up for a massive vaccination campaign aimed at eradicating polio by 2025. Next, we turn our attention to the geopolitical stage as Vladimir Putin hosts a pivotal BRICS summit in Kazan, showcasing a coalition of nations that challenges U.S. influence. With leaders from China, India, and Iran in attendance, this summit aims to project unity against Western pressure, even as internal divisions may complicate their agenda. Finally, we report on a significant Israeli military operation that has eliminated a key commander responsible for funding Hezbollah in Syria. This targeted strike underscores the ongoing conflict in the region as Hezbollah continues its rocket attacks on northern Israel. Join us as we explore these pressing issues further. Please stay tuned for more detailed content. CNN reports on the alarming resurgence of polio in Pakistan, where over 1 million children missed their vaccinations last month, leading to a spike in cases. The country recorded more than a dozen new infections in October, bringing the annual total to 39, a stark contrast to just 6 cases last year. Aisha Raza, a key official in the polio eradication effort, highlighted that the disruption of immunization programs due to COVID-19 has exacerbated existing gaps in immunity. Polio, a highly contagious disease that primarily affects young children, can lead to severe health complications, including paralysis. Despite efforts from the government and NGOs to combat misinformation and distrust surrounding vaccinations, particularly in regions like Balochistan, the situation remains precarious. With violent attacks against vaccination clinics on the rise, Pakistani authorities are launching a nationwide campaign to vaccinate 45 million children under 5, emphasizing that polio eradication remains a top priority. CNN also covers a significant gathering of world leaders at the BRICS summit in Kazan, Russia, signaling that President Vladimir Putin is far from isolated despite global condemnation following the invasion of Ukraine. This summit, which includes leaders from Brazil, India, China, and South Africa, marks a pivotal moment for Russia as it seeks to showcase a coalition of support against Western sanctions. Putin aims to project a narrative that highlights the growing influence of BRICS nations in the global order, countering the West's dominance. However, the diverse interests of member countries may limit the group's ability to present a unified stance. The summit occurs amid ongoing global crises, including the conflict in the Middle East, which is likely to dominate discussions as leaders explore economic cooperation and the potential for a new world order. South China Morning Post reports on the Israeli army's announcement of the elimination of a key Hezbollah finance chief in Syria, a move intended to disrupt the group's funding sources. The commander, who was responsible for managing financial transfers from Iran to Hezbollah, was reportedly killed in a targeted strike. This action comes amidst increased hostilities, with Hezbollah launching daily rocket attacks into northern Israel following a recent escalation in the region. The Israeli military has intensified efforts to target Hezbollah's financial operations, which are crucial for sustaining its activities, particularly as the conflict with Hamas continues to unfold. The situation remains tense, with ongoing military operations and strikes aimed at crippling the financial backbone of Iran-backed groups in the area. South China Morning Post reports that the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, HKMA, is gearing up for its Global Financial Leaders Investment Summit, themed Sailing Through Changes, which will convene from November 18 to 20. With global financial markets facing a complex mix of geopolitical tensions, technological disruptions, and climate risks, HKMA CEO Eddie Yu emphasizes the urgent need for robust prudential management to ensure market stability. The summit will gather 300 top executives, including leaders from major banks like HSBC and Citigroup, to discuss strategies for navigating these changes. As Hong Kong continues to serve as a financial bridge to China, recent policy shifts from the Chinese government, including significant economic stimulus, are expected to reshape investment dynamics, particularly in light of the Federal Reserve's monetary policy adjustments. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation highlights a concerning development in the Ukraine conflict, as Ukrainian officials allege that North Korea is training approximately 11,000 soldiers in Russia. This unprecedented involvement of North Korean troops in Europe signifies a notable escalation in the war, raising alarms among experts. Ukrainian intelligence released a video purportedly showing North Korean soldiers receiving military supplies from Russian forces, which underscores a growing alliance between North Korea and Russia. Analysts warned that this move could allow North Korea to infiltrate European states under the guise of Russian soldiers, complicating the geopolitical landscape and potentially provoking a reciprocal response from Ukraine and its allies. The New York Times discusses the challenges surrounding UN Security Council Resolution 1701, which aimed to establish peace between Israel and Hezbollah following the 2006 war. Despite its intentions, the resolution has failed to prevent ongoing hostilities, resulting in significant humanitarian crises in both Israel and Lebanon. The recent escalation, marked by Israel's ground invasion of Lebanon, underscores the inadequacies of the resolution in creating a demilitarized zone and securing borders. As tensions rise, Israeli officials assert their need to protect national security, while the humanitarian toll continues to mount, with over 1 million people displaced in Lebanon and thousands affected in Israel, revealing the urgent need for effective diplomatic efforts to restore stability in the region. BBC. Vladimir Putin is making a bold statement to the world by hosting a significant summit in Kazan, where he will welcome over 20 heads of state from the BRICS nations, including influential leaders like China's Xi Jinping and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This gathering is a strategic move to counter the narrative that Western sanctions and isolation efforts are taking a toll on Russia. The Kremlin aims to project an image of strength and unity among its allies, emphasizing that Russia is not alone on the global stage. With BRICS representing a substantial portion of the world's population and economy, Putin hopes to leverage this coalition to establish alternative trade mechanisms that bypass the dominance of the US dollar, which has been a thorn in Russia's side amidst the sanctions. However, the varying interests and tensions among BRICS members, particularly between China and India, pose challenges to achieving a unified front. New York Times. In Lebanon, the situation is becoming increasingly dire as Israel intensifies its military campaign against Hezbollah, leading to a humanitarian crisis that has displaced a significant portion of the population. Amos Hochstein, a special advisor to President Biden, described the conflict as escalated out of control during his visit to Beirut, where he called for adherence to a United Nations resolution aimed at preventing further violence. The Israeli military has shifted its focus to targeting Hezbollah's financial networks, including operations linked to Al-Qard al-Hassan, which is crucial to Hezbollah's social services. As the death toll continues to rise, with over 2,400 Lebanese casualties reported, the urgent need for a resolution becomes apparent, but the complexities of the situation make it increasingly challenging to navigate. Yahoo US. In a whimsical turn of events, a video of a dog climbing to the top of the Great Pyramid of Khafre in Egypt has captured the hearts of internet users worldwide. Paraglider Marshall Mosher, who spotted the adventurous canine while soaring above the ancient site, shared his surprise as he witnessed the dog barking at birds from the pyramid's peak. Despite the illegal nature of climbing the pyramids, the dog's daring ascent has sparked joy and curiosity, leading many to ponder how it managed to reach such heights. While it remains unclear if the same dog was later seen safely descending, the story has ignited a wave of affection online, with users expressing their admiration for the dog's innocent exploration of one of history's most iconic landmarks. Mosher himself has been inspired to assist stray dogs in the area, highlighting the unexpected connection between a simple animal adventure and broader social concerns. Nikkei Asia reports that Sony Group is actively supporting video game developers in India and Africa to enhance the sales of its PlayStation 5 console. This initiative follows the success of the Hero project, which started in China in 2016, providing financial and technical assistance to local developers. In India, the project was launched in 2023, showcasing 5 new titles including Fishbowl, a narrative-driven game centered around a female protagonist in contemporary India. The Hero project has also expanded to the Middle East and North Africa, with hopes of uncovering hidden talents and stories in these regions. Hector Fernandez from Sony Interactive Entertainment emphasized the potential for local software to significantly boost console sales, citing the success of the Chinese game Black Myth, Wukong, which sold over 10 million copies shortly after its release, consequently increasing PS5 sales in China. Despite the challenges posed by consumer spending habits in emerging markets, where essentials often take precedence, there is optimism for the creation of world-class games in countries like India and Africa, as Sony aims to tap into these growing markets. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Turn on the TV screen, see the world unseen. China's on the news tonight, history in the spotlight. Scroll through my phone again, find out where to begin. Stories from the east to west, learning from the very best. News in China every day, learning in a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Ancient tales in modern times, mountains high and river rhymes. Culture rich in every town, golden driving never down. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end. Connecting hearts through every word, China's story always heard. News in China every day, learning a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end. Connecting hearts through every word, China's story